Welcome to Smarter and Sleepy, where we listen, we relax, and we get sleepy. I am your host, Zane, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight, we have a sleepy retelling of one of the universe's most quiet and mysterious boundaries, the event horizon, where time slows down, light bends, and the laws of physics gently fold into silence. It truly is my honor to be your host. In this busy and noisy online world, we want to be a source of calm and rest for as many people as possible. Your support means the world to our team, and by sharing an episode with a friend or on social media, you help broaden our scope and reach more people that need a little help drifting off to sleep each night. Now then, my friends, let us take some time to get comfortable and to prepare our bodies and minds for rest. I invite you to get settled more deeply into bed and into relaxation. Enjoy the feeling of your head sinking into the pillow, giving your neck muscles the opportunity to completely relax. Embrace the luxurious sense of your entire body gradually easing into a deep state of rest. Feel how the mattress and the pillow give to your tired muscles, supporting you, holding you, and allowing you to let go. First, take a slow, even breath in. Let it flow into your body, filling your lungs with cool, calm air. And then slowly exhale, pushing away the tension of the day. If you have not done so already, close your eyes. Become aware of all the tiny muscles along your eyebrows and around your eyes. Take time to relax these muscles, smoothing them out. You might be surprised to sense that as you relax them, any tension you are holding melts away. See if you can keep smoothing each muscle in your face. Start with your forehead, letting it become broad and smooth, then your cheeks. You can use your breathing to help each part relax and release. Let your jaw become soft, then your tongue. Now, see if you can spread this wonderful feeling through the whole of your body. Relax the muscles in your neck, then your shoulders, letting them drop away from your ears. Focus on your back and your chest and the muscles in your arms, feeling them grow heavy and warm. Soften your belly and hips, and finally let the relaxation spread all the way down your legs to the tips of your toes. Take another slow breath in and out, feeling the total peace and calm of your fully relaxed body. Even if you feel some tension or achiness in some areas of your body, just know that gradually, as you continue to relax, they will all melt away bit by bit, allowing you to drift into a soft and soothing sleep. Of course, this all sounds more straightforward than it often feels in reality. Sometimes it can be tricky to let go of tension and the thoughts of the day, but it is not something to be forced, just something to make space for. So allow your breathing to gently flow slowly in through the nose and softly back out through the mouth. You are safe, cozy, and supported. And now, let your focus turn to my voice as we begin our story. Gradually, you will drift towards sleep bit by bit as your body and mind continue to relax. We begin our journey tonight at the very edge of the known universe. Not an edge made of walls or barriers, but an edge made of shadow and time. The event horizon is often called the point of no return, but for us tonight, we will think of it as the point of ultimate quiet. It is the place where the noise of the universe finally stops, where the frantic energy of stars and the rushing of galaxies fades into a deep, eternal stillness. Imagine yourself drifting safely in the vast velvet darkness of space, far away from the heat of any sun, far away from the pull of any planet. You are floating in a region of pure calm, where the only light comes from distant stars that flicker like tiny candles in a cathedral of night. Ahead of you lies a black hole, but it is not a monster or a threat. It is simply a place where gravity has become so strong, so focused, that it has folded space around itself like a heavy blanket. The event horizon is the invisible shell around this object, a spherical shadow suspended in the void. It is the quietest place in the cosmos. To understand the event horizon, we must first understand the nature of escape. On Earth, if you throw a ball into the air, it rises for a moment, fighting against gravity before slowing down and falling back to your hand. If you could throw it faster, it would go higher. If you could throw it at 11 kilometers per second, it would escape Earth entirely and never return. This is called escape velocity. But as we approach a black hole, the gravity becomes stronger, pulling harder, demanding more speed to escape. There comes a specific distance, a precise mathematical line in space, where the speed needed to escape is exactly the speed of light. Since nothing in the universe can travel faster than light, nothing can escape once it crosses this line. This is the event horizon. It is a one-way door to silence. But from where we are floating, watching it safely from a distance, it is simply a perfect black sphere blocking out the starlight behind it. It creates a circle of nothingness, a void that is darker than the space around it, bordered by a thin, glowing ring of light that has been bent by gravity. This ring is called the photon sphere, a place where light itself is trapped in an orbit, circling the black hole forever. Imagine looking at this ring. It is a halo of ancient light, photons that have traveled for millions of years, only to be caught in this gravitational dance, neither falling in nor escaping, but simply turning in the silence. The event horizon teaches us about the flexibility of reality. We are used to thinking of space as a stage, a rigid floor upon which the drama of the universe plays out. But here, near the horizon, space behaves like a fluid. It flows, it stretches, it twists. Einstein taught us that gravity is not just a force, but a curvature of space and time. A massive object, like a star or a planet, sits in the fabric of space like a stone sitting on a stretched rubber sheet, causing it to dip. A black hole is a dip so deep, so steep, that the fabric becomes a funnel that never ends. As we drift closer in our imagination, we begin to notice the most relaxing fact about event horizons, their effect on time. Time is not a constant ticking clock that rings the same everywhere in the universe. Time is flexible. It is like a river that flows at different speeds depending on the depth of the channel. Far away from gravity, time flows fast and smooth, but near a massive object, time slows down. This is called gravitational time dilation. As you approach the event horizon, the gravity is so intense that it pulls on time itself, stretching the seconds out until they become hours, stretching the hours until they become years. If you were to watch a clock falling toward the horizon, you would see its hands moving slower and slower. The ticking would grow faint and lethargic. The second hand would take a minute to move one tick, then an hour, then a day. To an observer watching from far away, an object falling into a black hole never actually crosses the horizon. It simply slows down more and more, becoming dimmer and redder as its light is stretched by gravity, until it freezes in time, fading into an eternal, suspended image. It is a kind of immortality. The image of the object remains there, imprinted on the horizon, held by the slowing of time, never truly disappearing, never truly leaving, just resting forever at the threshold of the deep. This brings us a sense of existential reassurance in a world where we often feel rushed, where time seems to slip through our fingers like sand. The event horizon reminds us that time is relative. There are places in the universe where a single moment can last for an eternity. There are places where the hurry of the world dissolves into a standstill. Near the horizon, there is no rush. There is only the slow, infinite stretching of the now. Imagine floating in that slowed down time. Your breath would take a century to release. Your heartbeat would pulse once every millennium. You would exist in a state of perfect suspended animation, held in the gentle grip of the universe's deepest gravity. It is a place of ultimate pause. The event horizon also plays tricks with light that are beautiful to visualize. As we drift near this dark sphere, we would see the sky changing. The gravity of the black hole acts like a giant lens, bending the light from all the stars in the universe. If you were hovering just outside the horizon, the gravity would bend the light around the black hole so severely that you could see the entire universe at once. The stars behind you, the stars above you, even the stars that should be blocked by the black hole. Their light would curve around the edges and meet your eyes. You would be wrapped in a cocoon of starlight, a 360-degree panorama of the cosmos compressed into a single view. It would be dazzling and bright, a concentration of all the history of the universe gathered in one place. But because of the time dilation, the light would also be shifted. The fierce blue light of hot young stars would be stretched into a gentle, warm red. The entire universe would appear to be glowing with the soft amber hues of a sunset. Imagine resting there, bathed in that warm red light, watching the slow dance of the entire galaxy unfold around you. The event horizon shields us from what lies within. We do not know what happens past that point of no return. Some physicists believe that inside space and time trade places. In our world, we can move freely through space, forward, backward, left, right. But we are forced to move forward through time. We cannot stop time and we cannot go back. But inside the event horizon, the geometry changes. The direction inward toward the center becomes a direction in time. You cannot stop falling inward, just as you cannot stop tomorrow from arriving. But this also means that the space you occupy becomes a moment. It is a reversal of everything we know, a place where the rules of reality are rewritten. But we do not need to worry about the inside tonight. Tonight, we stay on the outside, in the calm waters of slow time. We simply admire the boundary. It is a boundary that cleans the universe. When things fall into a black hole, dust, gas, broken asteroids, they leave our observable reality. The black hole is a cosmic tidy-up mechanism, sweeping away the debris of the galaxy, gathering it into a single point of darkness. It simplifies the universe. It takes the complexity of matter and reduces it to 3 simple numbers: mass, spin, and charge. No matter what falls in, whether it was a rock, a book, or a star. Once it crosses the horizon, it becomes simple. All the details are washed away. All the history is smoothed over. The black hole does not care what you were. It only cares that you are now part of the whole. There is a comfort in this simplicity. We spend our lives managing details, organizing complexities, worrying about the small things, but the event horizon represents a state of total, absolute simplicity. It is the ultimate reset button. It is a place where confusion ends and gravity takes over, organizing everything into a perfect sphere. Let us think about the size of these horizons. Some are small, covering a region only the size of a city. Imagine a sphere of absolute darkness, sitting quietly in space, no bigger than an island. It would be invisible to the eye, detectable only by the way it bends the light of the stars behind it. Other horizons are vast, larger than our entire solar system. These belong to the supermassive black holes that live at the hearts of galaxies. The horizon of the black hole at the center of the galaxy M87, which humans photographed for the first time, is so large that our entire solar system could fit inside it comfortably. Inside that vast dark sphere, there is room for planets, for moons, for comets, all falling endlessly through the dark. Yet from the outside, it is just a silent shadow. These supermassive horizons are the anchors of the cosmos. Without them, galaxies might not have formed the way they did. They hold the stars in their orbits, guiding the great spiral arms of the Milky Way, conducting the slow rotation of billions of suns. The event horizon is not a destroyer in this sense. It is a foundation. It is the dark stone upon which the galaxy is built. It is the hub of the wheel, the stillness at the center of the spin. Even though they are called black holes, they are not entirely black. And this brings us to one of the most poetic concepts in physics, Hawking radiation. The physicist Stephen Hawking realized that because of quantum mechanics, the rules that govern the very small, the event horizon is not a perfect seal. In the vacuum of space, particles are constantly popping into existence and disappearing again. They come in pairs, one positive, one negative, and they usually cancel each other out instantly. But if this happens right at the edge of the event horizon, something magical occurs. One particle might fall in, trapped by gravity, while the other escapes into space. The particle that escapes becomes a tiny flash of radiation. This means that black holes slowly, gently, over trillions and trillions of years, evaporate. They breathe. They exhale their energy back into the universe. It is a process so slow that it is almost impossible to measure. For a typical black hole to evaporate completely would take longer than the current age of the universe. It is a timescale that makes a human life seem like a flicker of a candle. But it means that nothing is truly lost. Even the things swallowed by the dark are eventually returned to the light, transformed into energy, drifting back out into the cosmos to become part of something new. It teaches us that there is no such thing as forever in the physical world. Even the most permanent, indestructible objects we can imagine, these wells of gravity, will one day dissolve into light. There is a deep peace in knowing that the universe recycles everything. The matter that falls in today will be the radiation of the deep future. The cycle continues, slow and steady, without any effort from us. We are just watchers, floating in the gentle current of time, observing the slow breathing of these cosmic giants. Consider the silence. In space, there is no air to carry sound. The violent collisions of gas, the crushing of stars, the swirling of accretion disks, all of it happens in absolute silence. If you were floating near an event horizon, you would hear nothing. The immense power of gravity works without a sound. It is a force of pure attraction, a silent command that matter obeys. This silence is a blanket. It wraps around the chaos and muffles it. It allows us to view the immense power of the universe with a sense of detachment and calm. We are safe here, observing the quiet geometry of space. The event horizon is also a place where space is stretched to its limit. This stretching is often called spaghettification, a word that sounds chaotic, but let us picture it differently. Think of it as an unraveling. As you move closer to the horizon, gravity pulls stronger on your feet than on your head. You are gently elongated, stretched out into a long, thin stream. In the final moments, matter is not crushed, it is unspooled, it is loosened from its rigid form and allowed to flow. It becomes a stream of atoms, a river of particles, joining the great flow of material spiraling into the dark. It is a release of form. The rigid structures that we work so hard to maintain, our buildings, our machines, our bodies, are temporary. Gravity reminds us that in the end, everything is fluid, everything yields, everything flows, and there is a relaxation in yielding. There is a relief in stopping the resistance against the forces of nature and simply letting go. To fall is to let go. To cross the horizon is to surrender to the ultimate flow of the universe. Of course, we are not falling. We are safe in our beds, anchored by the gentle gravity of Earth, breathing in and out. But we can let our minds fall. We can let our thoughts unspool and stretch out, becoming long and thin and quiet, dissolving into the velvet darkness of sleep. Let us think about the color of the event horizon. We call it black, but black is just the absence of light that our eyes can see. To the universe, it is a heavy object, a massive presence. It bends the light of background galaxies into blue arcs and rings. It creates a mirage of the universe around it. It is like a lens made of pure gravity. If you were to look at a black hole, you would see the universe mirrored and distorted in its surface. You would see the light of stars that are behind it, pulled around to the front. You would see a ring of fire where gas is heating up before it falls in. But the center, the horizon itself, would be a perfect circle of emptiness, a rest for the eye, a place where there is no visual noise, no pattern, no texture, just a calm, perfect void. In a universe filled with clutter, filled with dust clouds and asteroid fields and blazing stars, the event horizon is a space of pure clarity. It is the only place where nothing can be seen, and therefore it is the most restful place to look. It asks nothing of you. It offers no information to process. It is simply a pause in the visual field of the cosmos. A full stop at the end of a sentence, a deep breath in the middle of a long speech. And as we linger here, at the edge of this quiet boundary, we can feel the slowing of our own internal clocks. The worries of the day, which seemed so fast and urgent, begin to stretch out. The deadlines that felt pressing begin to dilate, losing their speed, losing their power. In the gravity of the moment, the rush of the world slows down. We are caught in the time dilation of sleep. The minutes between now and tomorrow stretch out into a long, comfortable expanse. There is plenty of time. There is infinite time. The event horizon protects us from the future. We do not need to know what happens next. We do not need to see across the boundary. We can simply float here in the amber glow of red-shifted starlight, feeling the gentle tug of gravity, knowing that we are held by the universe, supported by the fabric of space-time. As we continue to drift in this suspended state, let us consider the history of how we came to know these things. For a long time, black holes were just a mathematical ghost, a quirk in the equations that nobody believed was real. They were whispers on a page of algebra. The idea was first proposed by a geologist, John Michel, in the 1700s. He imagined a star so massive that its escape velocity would exceed the speed of light, making it invisible, a dark star. It was a dream of the scientific imagination. It took 200 years for us to find them. This tells us something about the patience of discovery. The universe hides its secrets well, but it waits for us to find them. It does not rush to reveal itself. It sits in silence, holding its mysteries until we are ready to see. The event horizon was waiting for us all along, a silent partner in the dance of the galaxy. When we finally took the picture of the black hole in M87, it was a collective effort of humanity. Telescopes from all over the Earth, from Antarctica to Spain, from Hawaii to Chile, all turned their eyes to the same spot in the sky. They watched together, they breathed together, they synchronized their atomic clocks to the billionth of a second. It was a moment of unity, a moment where the entire planet acted as a single eye to see into the dark, and what we saw was not terrifying, it was beautiful, a glowing ring, fuzzy and soft, like a donut of light in the fog. It looked peaceful, it looked like a portal to a dream. That image is a reminder that even the most extreme places in the universe have a softness when viewed from afar. Distance brings calm. Distance turns a raging storm of plasma into a gentle, glowing ember. And tonight we have that distance. We are far away, safe in our beds, viewing the cosmos through the lens of imagination. We can see the beauty without the danger. We can feel the gravity without the crushing weight. Let us go deeper into the concept of the block universe that black holes hint at. Some physicists believe that because time and space are woven together, the past, the present, and the future all exist simultaneously, like a giant block of ice. Every moment that has ever happened, and every moment that ever will happen, is already there, frozen in the crystal of space-time. The event horizon is a feature of this block. It is a permanent structure in the four-dimensional sculpture of the universe. This means that nothing is ever truly gone. The star that collapsed to form the black hole is still there, in the past section of the block. The light it emitted 1 billion years ago is still traveling through the block. Your day to day, the things you did, the conversations you had, they are not lost. They are preserved in the block universe, fixed and safe. You do not need to hold on to them. You do not need to carry them with you into sleep. They are written into the fabric of reality, and they will remain there, safe and sound. You can release them. You can let go of the day, knowing that it is kept safe by the laws of physics. You are free to move into the next moment, into the quiet, empty space of sleep, unburdened by what came before. The event horizon also brings us to the concept of information. There is a paradox called the information paradox. Quantum mechanics says information is indestructible. General relativity says black holes destroy everything. For decades, scientists have argued over this. But the leading theory today is something called the holographic principle. It suggests that the information of everything inside the black hole is actually painted on the surface of the event horizon like a sticker on a ball. It implies that our entire universe might be a hologram. The three-dimensional world we see, the depth of space, the feeling of volume, it might all be a projection from a flat surface at the edge of the cosmos. This sounds strange, but it is also deeply settling. It means that things are lighter than they seem. The heaviness of the world, the solidity of problems, they might just be projections of light. Beneath the surface, the universe is just data arranged in elegant patterns. We are living in a projection of light and math, a beautiful illusion of depth. When you close your eyes, you are withdrawing from the projection. You are turning off the hologram for a while. You are returning to the source code of your own mind, the quiet darkness where your own internal information is stored. Sleep is a return to your own event horizon, the boundary of your consciousness. You slip beneath the surface into the deep interior of yourself, where the world cannot follow. Just as the black hole is disconnected from the outside universe, your sleeping mind is a private sanctuary. No signals enter and no signals leave. You are safe inside the horizon of sleep. Let us think about the collision of black holes. When two of them spiral in toward each other, they do not crash with a bang. They merge. They ripple the fabric of space-time. These ripples are called gravitational waves. They are not sound waves, they are waves of geometry. They stretch and squeeze the earth by a fraction of the width of an atom as they pass. They pass through you today. Maybe a wave from a collision 1 billion years ago washed over your house while you were eating dinner. It stretched you just a tiny bit and then relaxed you. The universe is constantly massaging us with these gentle waves of gravity. We cannot feel them, but they are there. A quiet, rhythmic humming of the cosmos. The merger of black holes is a union. Two separate things become one. The two horizons touch, distort, wobble like a drop of water, and then settle down into a single, smooth, larger sphere. The violence of the merger lasts only a fraction of a second, and then silence. The new black hole rings like a bell, a tone of pure gravity fading into the dark, and then it becomes perfectly still. It is the ultimate example of finding peace after turmoil. No matter how chaotic the collision, no matter how fast the spin, the black hole always settles into a perfect quiet state. It finds its equilibrium, it rests, and so do we. After the noise of the day, after the collisions of work and life and thought, we settle, we find our equilibrium. We let the ringing of our minds fade away until there is only the smooth, quiet darkness of rest. The universe tends toward stability. It tends toward the lowest energy state. It wants to rest. You are just following the laws of physics when you lie down. You are seeking your ground state. You are minimizing your energy. You are aligning yourself with a great cosmic tendency to settle. There is a type of black hole called a supermassive black hole that sits at the center of the Milky Way. It is called Sagittarius A star. It is sleeping. It is not currently eating much gas or dust. It is dormant. It sits there 26,000 light years away from us in the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It is a sleeping giant, holding the galaxy together with its gravity, but doing so gently, quietly. The stars orbit around it in long, looping paths. It is the heart of our galactic home. It is comforting to know that the center of our galaxy is currently having a nap. It is in a state of quiescence. Even the most powerful objects need to rest. If the heart of the galaxy can sleep, so can you. The stars nearby it zoom past at incredible speeds, but the whole itself sits still. It waits, it endures. Endurance is a quality of the event horizon. It is one of the most stable structures in nature. Once formed, it can last for eons. It outlives stars. It outlives planets. It might even outlive the current era of the universe. In the far, far future, when all the stars have burned out and the galaxies have drifted apart, the black holes will remain. They will be the last sentinels in a dark universe, slowly evaporating, slowly giving their heat back to the void. This is the dark era of the universe. It sounds sad, but it is also a time of profound peace, a time when the universe has finished its work, a time of long, slow, cold sleep. We are far from that time, but we can borrow a little of its stillness. We can borrow the patience of the black hole. We can borrow the endurance of the horizon. We can wrap ourselves in the blanket of deep time, where seconds do not matter, where deadlines do not exist. Let us imagine crossing the horizon one more time, but this time imagine it as a soft transition, like slipping into a warm bath. The light of the universe fades behind you, not because it is gone, but because you are moving away from it, moving inward. The noise of the outside world is cut off. You are entering a space where the only direction is into the center of the pillow, into the center of the mattress, into the center of sleep. The gravity of sleep pulls you down, gently but firmly. It is a force you cannot resist, and you do not want to resist. You surrender to it. You let the spaghettification of your thoughts happen. Let your thoughts stretch out, become thin, become nonsensical, become loose threads drifting in the dark. Logic dissolves, structure dissolves. You are just a stream of consciousness flowing toward the center of the night. The event horizon is also a shield. It protects the singularity from being seen. It wraps the mystery in darkness. In the same way, sleep protects your mind. It wraps your consciousness in a shield of dreams and oblivion. It allows you to be private, to be hidden, to be unreachable. For these few hours, you are behind the horizon. The world cannot touch you. The phone signals, the emails, the demands, they cannot cross the boundary. They are halted at the edge. You are safe inside. Enjoy that feeling of separation. Enjoy the feeling of being cut off from the timeline of the world. You have your own timeline now, a slow, stretching timeline of rest. The physics of the event horizon are written in the language of curves. There are no sharp corners in a black hole. It is a perfect sphere. Gravity smooths everything out. It pulls in all the rough edges. As you lie in bed, imagine gravity smoothing out the rough edges of your body, smoothing out the tension in your shoulders, smoothing out the frown on your forehead, rounding out the tightness in your back. Gravity is a sculptor, and tonight it is sculpting you into a shape of perfect relaxation. It is pulling you flat, pulling you down, grounding you. Feel the connection between your body and the bed. That connection is gravity. It is the same force that keeps the black hole together. It is the glue of the universe. Trust it. It will not let you float away. It will hold you here, safe and secure until morning. We spoke of the accretion disk, the matter swirling around the black hole. It glows bright and hot. But there is a gap between the disk and the horizon, a gap called the innermost stable circular orbit. Inside this gap, matter plunges quickly and silently into the dark. It is a region of free fall. Sleep is that plunge. You spiral through the day, busy, bright, full of energy, like the matter in the disk. But then you reach the edge, you reach the gap, and you let go. You fall freely into the dark. It is a relief to stop spiraling. It is a relief to stop glowing. It is a relief to just fall down, down, down into the quiet. The event horizon is a place where space ends and time begins, or where time ends and space begins. The definitions blur. In sleep, the definitions blur too. You lose track of where you are. You lose track of when it is. You are just floating in the abstract. This is a healthy state. It is a state of cognitive unbinding. The ropes that tie you to reality are untied. You are a boat drifting without an anchor, but the sea is calm. There are no storms here, just the gentle swell of delta waves in your brain, slow, rhythmic, deep. The black hole is a single note in the cosmic symphony, a low bass note, a hum that resonates through the galaxy. Can you hear the hum of silence in your room? It is not empty. It is the sound of the air resting, the sound of the walls standing still, the sound of the night pressing against the window. Listen to the silence. It is a heavy, comfortable blanket. It is the sound of the event horizon. Let us think about the word horizon. It comes from the Greek word for limiting. It divides the seen from the unseen. Every day has a horizon, the moment the sun sets. Every life has horizons. Sleep is the horizon of the day. It is the limit of what we can do. We reach the limit and we accept it. We do not try to see past it. We turn away from the light and accept the dark. We accept the limit. It is okay to stop. It is okay to reach the end of your energy. The universe has limits, and so do you. Respect the horizon. Let it be a line you do not cross with worry. Let it be a wall that keeps the stress out. Behind the horizon, there is only rest. Imagine the color of the black hole again. Black is the most restful color. It reflects nothing. It demands nothing. It absorbs everything. When you close your eyes, you create your own black hole, a personal void. It absorbs the visual noise of the room. It absorbs the light of the street lamps. It creates a space of peace. Rest in that blackness. It is a soft velvet. It is a cool shadow. It is the absence of stimulation. The universe is mostly empty space, mostly darkness. Light is the exception. Matter is the exception. The default state of the cosmos is dark, cold, empty, and quiet. When you sleep, you are returning to the default state. You are aligning yourself with the majority of the universe. You are becoming cosmic. You are becoming vast. Let your mind expand into that vastness. Do not keep it small and tight, focused on the worries of tomorrow. Let it expand until it fills the room, until it fills the house, until it floats up into the sky and joins the dark matter, the dark energy, the silent black holes. You are big, you are quiet, you are heavy, you are asleep. The event horizon is a place of transformation. Matter becomes energy, information becomes entropy. You are transforming too. You are turning the day's experiences into memories. You are turning food into cells. You are turning tiredness into strength. Sleep is the engine of this transformation. It happens behind the curtain, in the dark. Trust the process. You do not need to supervise it. You do not need to watch. It happens best when you are not looking. Just as we cannot see inside the black hole, we cannot see inside our own sleep. It is a secret box. We put ourselves in and we come out different. We come out renewed. The mystery is part of the medicine. The unknown is the cure. So as we drift toward the end of this broadcast, let us leave the black hole behind. We leave it sitting in the center of its galaxy, spinning silently, holding its secrets, bending the light, slowing the time. A monument to patience, a monument to gravity. We float back to our own little planet, our own little room, but we bring the stillness with us. We bring the heavy, slow time with us. We bring the silence. Your eyelids are heavy, like lead. Your arms are heavy, sinking into the bed. Your legs are heavy, warm and still. The gravity of the earth is pulling you, hugging you, keeping you safe. You are at the center of your own event horizon. Nothing can reach you here. You are beyond the reach of noise. You are beyond the reach of work. You are beyond the reach of the world. You are in the safe zone, the dark zone, the sleep zone. There is only the slow rhythm of your breath, in and out, like the slow pulse of a dying star, like the slow orbit of a distant planet, like the slow evaporation of a black hole. Everything is slowing down, everything is fading. The stars are going out one by one, the galaxies are drifting away, the universe is getting quiet, you are getting quiet, you are drifting, you are falling, you are sleeping. Good night, travelers of the void. Good night, watchers of the dark. Good night.